Hello everybody and welcome to episode 3 of Cabernet. Last time we moved into our new home with the doctor, received our first task from the Countess, and met Anastasia. We also assessed that the old lady downstairs may have a fever and took a blood sample for testing. So with that recap finished, let's get on to night 3. And Thursday.
I can't go out there like this.
If you'd let me click the right spot. Change and...
I should remember to pick up Faina's results from the doctor's lab today.
That's what I want way to do.
What should I work on today? All right, let's take a look at the results. Huh. It appears she could have rheumatic fever. Rather unusual for her age. I should pay her a visit.
Gonna do that, but first I want to... You know what, let's do this from our room. Window is closed now. It's gonna take a little getting used to. Oh, not at the church? I can't enter the church without an invitation. Let's see. Might she be at her home? Someone's at her home. Let's go see if, what's his bucket is maybe at the salon.
Perched upon a rotting barrow, my eyes survey the fallow field.
Looks like Petya.
Where once the wheat grew tall and narrow, now crops bestow a paltry yield. The bitter wind turns lakes to stillness, no saplings in the frozen earth. The farmer's wife now writhes with illness as embers die upon the hearth. See how in the forest hollow the firewood it gathers moss, while in the tavern, ripe with sorrow, the farmer drinks to his great loss. Now raise a toast to her, my brother, nature shall we never scorn. Though often a tempestuous mother, we may yet see the summer's dawn.
Bravo!
I mean, it wasn't horrible. Not my cup of tea, or Cabernet, as the case may be. But, not horrible.
Thank you. Thank you kindly, dear friends.
I presume you are the famous Evgeny Skvortsov?
I don't know how famous I am, but I certainly am him. And whom do I owe the pleasure?
I'm Liza, the doctor's new recruit. I was looking around and came in here just in time for the poem. Is that something new?
Enchanté, Liza.
You shameless flirt, aren't you?
The poem is actually from my old book. I'm having a bit of writer's block recently.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's nothing that a nice drink won't cure.
You know, I happen to have read your poetry book recently.
Have you? I am honored. And what did you think?
It was brilliant. Reminded me of early Byron, so passionate and brave.
Might as well flatter him, since he could be a useful pawn. I may or may not be going slightly nihilistic in my route all of a sudden.
Thank you. That's quite a compliment. You do know your poetry.
Don't act too surprised, please.
You're right. My apologies. I think such nice sentiment deserves a toast. Would you do a celebratory vodka shot with me?
Vodka isn't really something I drink nowadays.
You know that nobody actually likes vodka, don't you? It's designed to be terrible, to make you feel terrible.
Okay, talk about nihilism, buddy.
That's why it's a perfect companion for your misery. After all, isn't that why people drink in the first place?
What a compelling pitch.
Advertising is what poets are really made for, isn't it?
You know, he's not wrong. Ooh. Sure, let's go
I don't
for it.
see why not. Let's share our misery.
To the art of poetry, may it continue to shape minds and move the human spirit.
Or it's more likely that I needed 5 points of blood in order to be able to do this.
Here, here.
Oh, nope, that definitely cost blood.
Whew, that went down easy. Say, Liza, perhaps you've rescued me from my writer's block. I just might have a stroke of inspiration.
Delightful news. Although I'm not sure I can take credit for it.
Nonsense. That's what muses always do. Inspire naturally, without even realizing it.
Depends on which definition of muse you're going with, but sure, go ahead.
Why don't you come back another night? You'll be my first audience and judge.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Well, you know what they say. The break is short between the first and the second shot. I'll go chat with Arbon and get some more.
Good night, Evgeny. Be careful with your misery, companion.
Don't worry, Liza. He and I are good friends.
The dialogue could maybe use a little polishing. I see they're all enjoying some Cabernet. Glances at glass. Chalice, really. That done. Didn't even take time. It says grocery store. I wonder if it's... Oh well. Let's keep looking around a little bit more. This is the church here. Graveyard here. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Salon. I think, yeah, I've experienced all of this side of town, so we'll head back to over here. That was town hall and out of town bookstore.
Locked.
Why is the bookstore locked? I want to buy books. Oh well. Don't have an invitation to enter yet. I can't go any further that way. Okay. Well. I guess we will check up on some things. I want to see what else is in the doctor's notebook to add to the tasks list.
Nice evening, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
And may I ask how you were turned?
Might as well learn a few things about the lore of the world while we're here.
As your sire, I do owe you my story, but I have to warn you, it's a rather gruesome one. Are you sure you'd like to hear it?
After my time in the Countess's basement, I don't think much could shock me.
Well, if you must know. It was a feral that attacked me and my wife at the time, Clara. It struck our carriage one night as we were traveling through the woods, coming from a party.
A feral?
A vampire that has been driven mad by their lust for blood.
I didn't realize such creatures existed outside of folklore.
Until a couple days ago, you didn't realize that vampires existed outside of folklore. Let's try to keep an open mind here, Liza.
They're a cautionary tale of what can happen to us if one overindulges for years on end. It all happened in the blink of an eye. As I recall, the vehicle turned over and we both tumbled to the dirt. He feasted on Clara first and bled her dry.
How horrible. I'm so sorry for your loss.
It's been some time now, so it doesn't hurt quite as much, but thank you, dear. In any case, his appetite must have somewhat subsided. Still, it wasn't enough for the beast, so he sunk his teeth into my neck. Suddenly, a blind rage overcame me, and I bit off part of his ear. Immortal being or not, I can tell you with certainty he didn't like it one bit.
I can imagine.
That must have snapped him out of his frenzy. He looked around as if just awoken, observed what he'd done, and rapidly retreated. Somehow, I managed to get home by morning, but the nightmare didn't end that night.
You must have swallowed some of his blood when you bit him, and...
Precisely. You must have read about the turning ritual in human folklore.
I mean, there are more than one... There's more than one version of the story, but that is certainly one of the common ones.
Well done. All kinds of knowledge tends to come in handy from time to time, even silly fairy tales.
So, what happened after you returned?
We'll talk more about this some other time, perhaps. There's much work we must attend to now.
Of course.
No, you're not wrong. I want to check the desk and see... Ooh. Points in that. Certain medical records. Purchase bandages. The general store. I don't know how to do that. I don't know where the general store is. Oh well. For right now, actually means that my science and logic will have gone up more. Nice. Now let's pop on downstairs to follow up on that fever check. Collectibles. That's That's never a good sign.
Good evening. How are you feeling, Faina?
I'm all right, dear, thank you. Just feeling a little weary today.
I actually came to talk with you about the test results.
Oh?
I believe you may have rheumatic fever. It's much more commonly found in children, so this would be a rather rare case.
Well, people always tell me that I am still a child at heart. Perhaps they are more right about it than they think, huh? Is this something I should be concerned about?
If it is what I think it is, with the right treatment, we should be able to fix you in no time. I am glad we caught it at this stage, though. Otherwise, there could have been some rather unpleasant complications. Here is something to help with the inflammation. Take it regularly, and you should feel better soon enough.
Thank you, little dove. What a lucky crone I am to have an angel like you next door.
I don't know if that's quite true.
Don't be shy, dear. You deserve it. Smart as a whip, pretty as a picture. If you stay true to your heart, I can just tell you will go far. This town needs someone like you. Now, more than ever.
Thank you. I'll see what I can do.
That's all one can do anyway, isn't it?
Would you like some help with the plants?
How sweet of you to offer. But I'm all right, dear. Taking care of them brings me joy. That will be my one good deed for the day.
One good deed?
Oh, that's just a silly rule of mine. Every day, no matter how small, I like to do at least one good thing. Helped out a stranger with directions. Great. Baked some cookies for the neighbors. Even better. Feeding the plants will do just fine for today.
That sounds lovely. Maybe I should do the same thing.
Well, off you go, little dove. Don't want to hold you with my ramblings any longer.
Good night, Faina. Feel better soon.
All right. Jeez. We haven't done much. See if we can't find the general store. I wonder if it is the grocers over here. Grocery store. Oh yeah, back there it says general store.
What can I do for you?
Trade. Okay. Ooh. +5 to literature and writing. Not bad. +3 to art and music, and +3 to history and politics. Oh, okay. Okay. Couple more outfits. We have paintings. Autumn landscape. I don't think that's a wallpaper option. Flower painting. I kind of like that. Mahogany coffin. Red velvet coffin. Weathered black coffin. Red wallpaper. Green wallpaper. buy some of those for a thing. I think we're gonna go ahead and make a few upgrades. Green. Let's go with that one. I think it'll match the walls better. And the red curtains.
Enjoy.
How may I assist you today?
Trade. Okay, so it's the same menu. Literally nothing changes. Oh. Let's buy a new painting
Good
too.
choice.
Now that that's done. Let's go into bat mode. And fly on back to the apartment.
Let's see if we can make this place a bit nicer.
Hey, cool. That's better. Now just for a bit of... Ooh. It's almost a thumbnail-worthy shot there now, isn't it? Let's close the window. Yeah, that's not a bad shot there. Alright. Nope. Guess we're going out in the living room. Haven't done much. Oh, you know what? Don't remember what times the music school is open. I don't know if she's... She might be there, though. Let's go read up on some art first, though, because that could be useful. There. Couple extra skill points and things never hurt nobody. I know the music goes the other direction, but I want to see if time progressing changes anything. Change anything there.
What is this?
Local music school.
Let's see if she's here. She is, and giving lessons.
Don't you give up, Marusa. You're making great progress. I still can't get through the etude. My fingers just slip as if the strings were covered with butter. I hate it. It's a hard piece. In a week, you'll go through it without even thinking, I promise. Practice makes perfect. Cheer up, sweetie. Go and get some fresh air. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Good night, Madam Skvortsova. Thank you. Evening.
Tough lesson.
Marusa's such a talented student. She just doesn't have the same advantages some other children do. Only she had an instrument to practice at home. She'd probably be playing in a concert hall already.
Sadly, that's just the way things are. I come from a poor family myself. Life is unfair.
That may be true, but I don't think that should stop us from trying to fix it. I am actually trying to raise a little money for instruments for some of my students. I put a little something there whenever I can. But times haven't been exactly easy lately.
How much do you still need to collect for Marusa's violin?
Those aren't cheap. I think I can get her a decent one for 15 more coins. We'll get there at some point. I'm so happy you stopped by. So, how do you like it here?
It's such a cozy little place. I wish I could have went to a school like this when I was growing up.
15. Based on the way the money seems to work in this game, that is not going to be easy.
You said you didn't have much experience with any instruments.
I'm afraid not. I just ended up diving into medicine head first.
As much as I'm a fan of the arts, I must admit, we probably need doctors more than musicians right now.
I did always dream of learning to play the piano, though.
Is that a fact?
My mother used to be very good. I loved listening to her and imagining I'd play just as well. But then we ended up selling it, and it never came to be.
What a shame. Liza, I have a wonderful idea. Why don't we fix this injustice? Let me give you a free lesson.
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't put you out like that.
Come, take a seat. I'll show you how it's done.
Ooh, we actually get to play the piano in this game. This will be interesting. Okay. Nope. So there doesn't seem to be any kind of hotkeys for this, so we just gotta run it.
There you go. Slow and steady. You have the fingers of a true pianist. So long and thin.
All right. No, hold on. That was... Yeah, it's entirely the wrong key for that tune. If anyone knows what I was trying to play there, though? Bonus points.
What did I say, huh? I knew it. I can see talent a mile away.
You're just a great teacher, that's all.
You must come back for more. We'll make you the next big thing. Just wait and see.
Thank you for the encouragement. You're quite a gifted teacher. Where did you learn to play?
Back in my hometown, where I lived before I met Evgeny, my husband. All I dreamt about was becoming a professional pianist. Write my own music.
Is that so?
I was doing rather well, too. Performing at decent venues, getting noticed. But then we moved here. It was supposed to help Evgeny's career, renew his creativity. That was, of course, before he... Never mind that. I am here now. And that's that.
I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to have something to do with an alcoholism problem.
What did you mean to say, Anastasia?
Evgeny started drinking soon after we moved to this godforsaken town.
Sometimes I really hate being right.
I mean, he always drank. Ever since I met him, really. But then again, who doesn't around here? Besides, he's a poet, you know. Artistic nature, people said. Let him be. But it has been getting worse and worse. Now every other night he isn't home.
I don't know if it helps, but my father is a drunk. He started when my brother and I were very young, and it hasn't been easy for us. If you need help or a shoulder to cry on, I'm here for you.
Thank you so much, Liza. I'll make sure to remember. It's getting late. I shouldn't keep you any longer. Besides, you've heard enough from me for weeks to come.
No, please, keep rambling.
Oh, don't be silly. Would you like me to walk you home again?
Not today, thank you. I am not quite ready to come back yet. I think I will just practice here a little more.
Of course. I'll give you some privacy.
Liza, before you go, would you please come over for dinner sometime? I'd love to chat some more. Besides, it would be nice to get you acquainted with my husband.
It would be my absolute pleasure. I'll make sure to drop by.
Delightful. Stop by our house any time. If you see the light, it means we're home. I'll make sure to cook us something nice. Good night, Liza.
Good night.
Alright. Let's see. I currently have 6 coins. Nowhere near the 15 needed for that. 14 is when... This is starting to fill in rather nicely. Oh, so this means that I can... Okay, now that I have them listed as friendly, I can enchant them if I am so inclined. Should I be so inclined? Oh, there's the Countess. Okay, never mind. Ah. Vampire... Wait a second. Hold on. So, the Doctor is marked with a moon. Elisa is marked with a moon. Countess is marked with a moon. Hussar is marked with a moon. Those are all vampires marked with moons. Anastasia, who's a human, is marked with the sun. Fina, marked with the sun. Petya has the veil because he's dead, but also marked with the sun. He's a human. Oleg, sun. All of the humans, Trofim, Marissa, Evgeny, they're all marked with suns. The cat is marked with a moon. The cat's a vampire. Full name, cat. Status, undead. Yep. The cat is some nature of undead. Nothing has given us information to back that yet, except for the fact that it's clearly stated here in the relationships tree. No, actually, you. All right. So I can enchant you when I unlock that ability. I could enchant you. All right. Progress. Hey, I've made some good progress here. I'm only about halfway down on my blood, so I'm probably not going to be terribly hungry. What are my stat levels at? My history and politics is the lowest. I should probably read that one. Dead Souls, that... I'll just read both chapters of it, why not? That brings my history and politics up to 8. Still low compared to everything else, but it'll have to do for now. I consider my literature and writing actually isn't any higher than that. I can't do this because it is dawn. All I can do is come in here, and I'm probably just going to call it at this point, because this has actually been a couple hours worth of, maybe not a couple hours worth, maybe. Actually, no, it has been.
Too bad I can't see my reflection in mirrors anymore. I wonder if I will one day forget my face.
And with that, we come to the end of Night 3 of Cabernet. Thank you all for watching. We always appreciate those who watch through to the end. Sorry for the lack of interaction. These first few episodes were all one big 3-hour recording, and due to a few outside circumstances, I was a bit tired by the end. We're still very new to all this, and I do all the editing work in my copious amounts of free time. So any feedback and words of encouragement are always greatly appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.